took out the ring light. Zimmerman tries to thread the right hand again. Oh, big body shot from Butter on the inside. Rocks the head back with a jab. Goes to the stomach once more. Zimmerman pokes his tongue out.
Seriously, if Zimmerman pulls this one off, it's going to ruin Butter.
Well, you know what? But there was one thing that was questionable about Butter going into any of these fights, and that was his chin.
Right.
And obviously Zimmerman just exposed it.
No, but it was a very hard shot, and he comes back very good.
Oh, he went for the Lecco Buster, the spinning heel kick. Final 5 seconds of the second round. Butter a goal! The big combo! The tide has turned! The tide has turned! The pendulum has swung! The pendulum has swung! Have a listen to this place erupt!
Oh my goodness.
This is unbelievable!
As you would say, Mike, you can't script things like this.
Unbelievable! I tell you what, Ernesto, shades of when we commentated Butter versus Ruslan Karayev.
Yeah.
Ruslan dropped Butter, then Butter got up and dropped Ruslan.
Well, sometimes it looks like it's literally with Butter. I mean, he needs to get a slap in the head sometimes to wake up.
Yeah. Homemade
This
Choi,
is what
same
it looked
thing.
like.
You know, he playing around. Homemade Choi knocks him down. Butter gets up and just annihilates the guy's rib.
Right.
Sugar Ray.
But no spinning.
That's what K-1 is all about. Rounds of action like that.
Absolutely. And we said all along, love or hate Butter, he's the biggest talent out there today, and he's proven to us not only that he deserves to go to the final, but also the fact that he can take a shot and come back.
All three judges are giving that one 8 points apiece, so a drawn round. One more round to go. 3 minutes will decide.
What was the first round?
First round was all 10-9 in favor of Butter.
Okay.
So Butter Hurry's still ahead by a point.
Okay.
Listen to the applause. This is why K-1 is the greatest fight promotion on the planet. No one quite does it like K-1, and the Grand Prix is the Mac Daddy, the granddaddy of them all. Thrusting jab from Butter Hurry. They are absolutely swinging for the KO here in the third round.
That's a beautiful jab by Butter. And all along we've said that, you know, he needs to work off that jab. And that jab's eating Zimmerman's face all night.
Oh, nice right-hand counter from Butter Hurry. To the schnoggin again. Errol Zimmerman thrust out the jab. Full extension, good reach. Zimmerman edges forward. He'll look to fire the right hand and again eats the leather off the lead of Butter Hurry.
I like to see Zimmerman move his head a little bit because he's just walking in and eating the jab.
The jab, Butter's jab is so sharp.
And he drops him with the jab.
Great jab.
Well, no knockdown, says the referee. He upended him with the jab. Beautifully done. The timing. Well, Butter Hurry shouldn't be Moroccan. He should be Swiss with timing like that.
I don't think Zimmerman is seeing those jabs. I'm sure he wants to get his head out of the way too, but I think they're just too damn fast for him.
But still, it can go both ways.
Oh, the big shot again off the right hand. Errol shrugs it off and comes forward. Half a round remaining here in the third and final. Both men are throwing caution to the wind. Sticking jab again. Butter Hurry, foot meets mouth.
I don't think Zimmerman wants to eat a foot like that.
That's a foot sandwich.
Butter's jab is like a straight right hand. It's just out there so fast that Zimmerman can't even see it.
Oh, to Zimmerman's credit, he's standing there and taking it.
No, absolutely.
Including a straight right hand that he just took.
K-1 World Heavyweight Champion.
It's over.
Zimmerman's not going to get up. He's not going to get up. It's over. It's over. It's good night, Irene. A standing ovation.
That's an amazing fight. An amazing fight.
What do you think about that, Kimbo?
Man, that was very exciting. Very exciting.
Kimbo, after a fight like that, I want to say to you, welcome to our world of K-1 Live.
Hey, it's an honor to be here. I knew Butter was in his zone, you know. He was in his zone. Errol Zimmerman was in trouble. Butter was in his zone.
That was one of the most unbelievable K-1 fights we have seen in a Grand Prix, Ray, for a long, long time.
No, absolutely. I mean, like, you know, This is the type of fight, you know, going back to the days of Ernesto Hoost, Peter Earl, Jerome Lebana, Andy Hook, all the top names. I mean, this is exactly what it used to be.
Let's not be so modest, because you're about in that age group, buddy boy. Let's not act like you're a young gun.
I'm not. Oh.
We were taught you are the Mr. K-1 as any of them.
Ernesto,
Thank you.
Yes.
the all-time greatest. Your analysis of that performance as Badr Hari crosses our commentary position gives us the high five. Your analysis of Badr's performance and how he is looking with one more fight to go.
As I say, he looks very sharp. He started at a slower pace than when he fought with Peter. But then, especially after he got down, then he woke up, and that's the way it has to be.
A devastating right hand, smack bang on the kisser, dead center of the ring. Errol Zimmerman going down face first. It is one for the highlight reel from the human highlight reel, Badr Hari. And Zimmerman was on the astral plane. This crowd absolutely showering Badr Hari. They adore him here in Japan and all over the world, because the K-1's heavyweight champion is through to the K-1 Grand Prix final.
And the sales of Kia automobiles are soaring all over the world. People are running buying Kia.
I'm going to go get one.
Gentlemen,
They told me to say that.
this from the man who just bought his new Bentley. Congratulations on that too, brother.
Thanks, brother.
Okay, guys, it is semi-final number 2. Gokhan Saki, Remy Bunjaski. Let's start at the top of the table again. Kimbo Slice, I know you like Remy for this one.
I like Remy. Like I said before, Remy's still a fresh guy. He didn't even complete the first round. He's ready to go.
And Ernesto, your thoughts, Remy, Gokhan?
Well, I think Remy had to put less effort than Gokhan. I think Gokhan is very complete, and he can come with anything.
Right.
Absolutely. I mean, Remy, by far, not only has all the experience, he understands what it's like to be here. He understands what it's like to be a champion. And so I would have to probably favor him on the other side.
That's 3 for Remy, Mike. Are we going to make it unanimous?
I'm not going to argue with any of these guys, but ironically, I do pick Remy. I think Remy has the proper style for Gokhan Saki, and he's also the fresher of the two.
Okay, Jimmy Lennon Jr. about to bring him out.
And now entering from the blue stage from Holland, here is Remy Bonjaski.
That's your favorite music there, Mike?
Sounds like someone's strangling a cat.
No, listen.
Hey, pussy.
No, listen, you guys weren't here. This music playing, Mikey had a little eulogy-looking thing written here. He was talking about Remy, brought tears to my eyes.
I timed it nicely.
Are you going to do it
Mikey?
again? Do it again. Do it again.
It's
I bet
art.
you people...
It's art.
Do it again. I'm serious. He had the voice going. I mean, it was like Rocky. I was, you know...
We make it an art form in every aspect of K-1. We're particularly excited to welcome for the first time ever live on HDNet all of our viewers in the USA. We hope you're enjoying K-1 for the first time live just as much as we are.
And we are equally welcoming those viewers on Eurosport, Australia,
On
New
Main
Zealand,
Event
Brazil,
Australia,
wherever
Sky
else.
New Zealand. We are all over the place, Sugar Ray. I know you've got a few people you want to say a quick cheerio to in the States.
Yeah, exactly. I want to thank Randy and Tim Couture and all the team from Extreme Couture, because they've helped me a lot. And Jake Bonacci, who was the strength and conditioning coach. Thank you guys. Love you all.
Yeah, we were talking about that during the fight. I said, if anything changed about Ray, he's not tired. And I mean, you were, punching bagging Hongman Choi for 3 rounds, and the cardio was just there the whole time.
Absolutely. I mean, like, Randy is such an inspiration in so many ways, because here's this guy's 45, and I'm 37, and when I watch him train, it inspired me again to come out and train the way he does and be ready for the match tonight.
Now, are you hoping somebody gets injured here? Because you are a reserve fighter, so I know you're comfy here, but you might have to be called.
Yeah, don't worry, I can get changed in 2 seconds.
Remy Bunjaski, the Flying Dutchman, who certainly got airborne earlier on tonight against Jerome Lebana, re-injuring Lebana's arm that Ernesto Hoost broke back in 2002. You're a vicious man, Ernesto. You're a vicious man.
That's right, Ernesto. You hunt Jerome the whole time.
I hope Jerome will accept my apologies.
As Remy makes his way to centering, as always, looking very focused. The man who has gone through a complete revival in his personal life and his professional life. Former two-time champion looking to reclaim the crown he last held in 2004. An emotional moment for Remy and his many million fans around the world. His trainer Ivan Hippolyte, one of the Dutch Muay Thai pioneers who has helped reshape the career of Bonjasky. Among his sparring partners has been Mirko Krokop, his very close friend. And now it comes time again for Remy to put it all on the line. Let it all hang out as he gets set to take on one of the new generation fighters in Gokhan Saki. The Flying Dutchman on the apron. The Flying Dutchman through the ropes. And will he soar into the final here tonight?
You went wrong when you said that it brought tears to your eyes. Honestly, with that music and with Mike laying that down, honestly, it definitely brought tears to my eyes.
That's how we roll here in K-1, brother.
Crying. It sounded like a eulogy for crying out loud. He timed his speeches with the tone of the music. It was awesome. Awesome. Mike,
That's why he's the best at what he does.
That's right. That's right. In here, he's a champion.
And Gokhan Saki. I love it. Team Rebel, Core Hemmers from Golden Glory Gym in Amsterdam. The Turkish flag is a-flying. The K-1 USA champion, he won the title in Honolulu on August 9 when he, in a record time, defeated 3 opponents in 6 minutes and 30 seconds.
Because this is an attack that you're only going to get to see once, and then whoosh, it'll all be over. Either way, buddy, it's not going to be pretty. Get my drift. I truly am a man of
Oh yeah, can you feel it? Can you feel it? That's what I'm talking about. Gokhan Saki back in the house. What a fight he had against Ruslan Kardayan. Earlier on tonight, his winning streak is now the last 16 fights in a row. He has been undefeated.
Yeah, Gokhan Saki, I mean, he's a stud in his own mind. Devastating kicks, devastating punch. He's got a full package, and, he deserves to be here just like anybody else. I just think in this particular matchup, Remy Bonjasky's style of patient defense and then explosive punches and kicks. And, Remy is like, he looks kind of like he's slow and he's just defending, and he slowly takes you apart, and when he feels the blood, he goes after and it finishes you. I think he's just a little too much for Gokhan Saki. Ray?
Yeah, absolutely. I totally agree. I mean, Gokhan Saki is actually a very talented young fighter. He's young, he's enthusiastic. He definitely wants to win. But we've said earlier that Remy has been here, he's been a champion, he's been in tournaments time and time again. And so, with Gokhan Saki, it's going to be a long night for him. Also, on the other hand, Remy has the best defense in the game.
As we said earlier on, Remy Bonjasky, a man who hardly knows how to lose. A lot of people underestimate Remy, but he's only been stopped twice in his K-1 career by Semi Schultz in 05 and Mirko Krokop way back in 2002. 32 wins, now 33 wins in 42 K-1 fights for Remy. And Gokhan Saki, as I said, on an amazing 16-fight winning streak inside and outside of K-1. And speaking of amazing, my favorite ring announcer, Jimmy Lennon Jr.
Here we go, semi-final action scheduled for 3 3-minute rounds. Introducing to you first on my right, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing black trunks with gold trim. He made his way to the semifinals by way of a 3rd round TKO. Introducing the Flying Gentleman, Remy Bonjasky.
6'4", 234 pounds, the Flying Dutchman, Remy Bonjasky.
Across the ring on my left, fighting out of the red corner, wearing black trunks with white and gold trim. He made his way to the semifinals with a 3-round unanimous decision win. Introducing Gokhan the Rebel Saki.
Gokhan Saki, 6 foot even, 214 pounds. So the height and weight going the way of Remy. Also the K-1 experience going the way of Remy, although overall career experience both been fairly even. Gokhan Saki has had 64 career victories in Muay Thai and K-1 combined. Final instructions from our centre referee will be set for 3 by 3 minute rounds. Semi-final number 2, the winner to face the Golden Boy Badahari in the final of the Fields K-1 World Grand Prix 2008, live from the Yokohama Arena in Japan. Michael Chiavello, Mike Kogan, Sugar Ray Sefo, and the all-time greatest Ernesto Hust with you ringside. Here we go, first round.
Just a quick question, Ernesto.
Yeah.
Have these two fought before?
No, I don't think so.
Oh, okay.
No.
It will be the combinations of Remy, his watertight defense against the power salvos of Gokhan Saki. Spinning back kick to the midsection from Saki.
I gotta say that, you know, this fight is quite an even fight in terms of leg kicking because Gokhan Saki is a good leg kicker himself.
Yeah, I mean, I think the only really good difference here is the defense of Remy Boyansky.
Right.
And then the ability to explode when he sees that moment at the right time.
Absolutely.
Well, I also think Gokhan's boxing is better.
Yeah, definitely. I have to agree.
Gokhan Saki just seeing what Remy's going to offer here in the first round, Ernesto.
Yeah, I mean, Remy is great with his legs. Yeah, maybe the best. But with his hands, he lacks some power, it looks like.
Saki trying to thread the right hand up the center. Thought about the round kick to the midsection, did
I
Remy.
gotta say right now, Gokhan is actually, you know, leading this fight. He's moving nicely. Again, he's another one who, you know, fought very lethargic in the first fight, and now he's very sharp on the ball of his feet and moving. It's good to see.
Saki looking for the inside lead thigh, trying to compress that femoral artery. Nice right hand from Gokhan Saki. 75% KO ratio in his overall career for Gokhan Saki, 57% KO ratio in his K1 career, as Remy looks to go high. Bonjaski a 48% knockout ratio. Spinning back kick to the liver section from Gokhan Saki, not connecting for him. Remy Muay Thai clinch and knee. A pouring left hand didn't connect. High right round kick from Remy. Now he's starting to wind up the more trademan-like techniques. Here's Remy Bonjaski. The signature high kicks and the step-up knees.
I think at the moment, Saki's also a little bit quicker than Remy. Off the mark anyway.
Double round kick to the upper left rib cage from Remy off the rear leg. A lot of power behind those. Then goes to the waistline of Gokhan Saki. It is Remy backing up Gokhan Saki over the last 30 seconds or so.
The only problem is that he's walking into him rather than, you know, changing angles. And that was a nice spinning back kick.
A lot of speed behind the spinning hook kick of Gokhan Saki. You'll note the difference in there. Guards, Gokhan Saki uses more of a Western boxing guard. Remy Bonjaski more of a Muay Thai guard. Uppercut from Gokhan, not getting through. Remy again just stalking him, keeping him on the outside of the ring. 10 seconds remains here in the first round of 3. Front kick to the midsection from Gokhan. Just trying to keep Remy at bay. Good liver shot from Remy, rib kick. End of the first round, we go to the towel. Sugar Ray, how do you see that one?
Pretty even round. I mean, the judges, knowing the judges, they'll probably make it a draw. But personally, I thought Gokhan actually landed better shots. He actually changed angles. He countered well. He was a lot busier.
Ernesto?
Yeah, I think, in my opinion, Gokhan won the round since he was more active.
Yes.
But yeah, I don't know exactly how the judges will score the fact that Remy is walking forward all the time.
Okay, 2 judges have given it a draw, 10 points apiece. The other judge has given it the way of Remy, 10 points to 9.
Yeah, that's all I say.
Yeah, we're not surprised at that. That third judge, we need to find out who that is, because that guy is a party pooper. I mean, he never sees it the same way.
Okay, it is still a close one.
Yeah, maybe, you know, giving it to Remy would have been a stretch. A 10-10 round
Is
maybe,
a fair call. But if
yeah.
you're going to lean one way, as the guy said, he'd lean the way of Gokhan
Gokhan
Saki.
Saki for sure. Of course, it doesn't matter what we think.
Second round. Haven't really seen Gokhan Saki sling with his patented leg kicks yet. Jaski again controlling center in. Gokhan Saki on the outside.
It looks like Saki is impressed or something. And it doesn't work as he do normal.
Doesn't seem to have that confidence in Esto here against Remy. Maybe looking a little intimidated as Remy just steps and chops and goes the high knee. Oh, jumping round kick! Down goes Gokhan Saki. He's hurt! He's hurt! Remy got airborne. This one's over. This one's over.
Actually, it was a very good knee. Remy changed the angle and threw the knee and caught him.
It is all over!
I have a feeling it might have broken his jaw or something.
It is all over!
That was a devastating jump kick to the ribcage.
Unbelievable!
I mean, ridiculous.
No, before that, he actually got caught with the knee.
Yes.
Right on the jaw.
Yes.
I wonder if he's busted his rib cage here. Was it a flying rib cage?
Maybe a liver shot. I don't know. It was something brutal, but, you know, it goes back to what I was saying. Remy waits patiently, but when he smells blood, he just goes for the kill, and that's just exactly what he just did.
Remy Banjaski via devastating second round knockout. Here it is, jumping round kick, upper left rib cage.
What I heard is that Saki was hurt on his rib after his fight with Karayev. And he told other people something I would never do. But he told other people that he was hurt on his rib. Yes, he told some people.
The right side of my rib.
Remy might have known they were in the same dressing room.
I tell you what, Ray, they might be serving up Gokhan Saki at Tony Roma's tonight. Spare ribs? I think Gokhan Saki's going to have a couple after that one.
Oh, no, absolutely. You know what's amazing to me is it's how Remy develops so much power and energy when he's up in the air like that. I guess that's the reason why they call him the Flying Gentleman.
Wow. Remember that time in Las Vegas when he knocked out, was it Mike McDonald with that jumping round kick? It was an awesome performance.
Well, you know.
Remy Banjaski and Butter Hurry, I'll tell you what, guys, it has set up a blockbuster marquee dream main event. Butter Hurry, Remy Banjaski. For the first time in a long, long time, I can genuinely say I do not know who to favour in the final. I mean, the last 3 years, it's been easier to tip it in favour of Semi Schilt, but now it is so wide open. You've got two guys that have literally rampaged their way to the final here tonight, Ernesto.
Well, I must say Butter is the more complete fighter, since Remy is not as good as a boxer as he is a kicker. So I think, in my opinion, Butter is a little bit in favor. I don't know how much power the second fight with Errol Zimmerman costed him, but if he's okay, then I will favor Butter for the victory.
Right? Absolutely, I would have to agree. Butter definitely is a better boxer. Again, like Ernesto says, you know, he's a complete fighter, and I think the key to him to winning this title is keep working, let his hands set up his legs, vice versa, let his legs set up his hands. Remy doesn't have the punching power, like Ernesto said earlier, and he doesn't have the boxing skills that Butter does. So at the end of the day, I think Butter stays focused and just work off what he knows best. He should win the tournament.
I tell you what, guys, just having a look overall at the card so far we've seen tonight, this is my 6th time calling the K-1 Grand Prix live here in Japan, and this is as exciting as I've ever seen. Ernesto, you've seen every K-1 Grand Prix. Yeah. Ray, you've also seen them all. It doesn't get any better than what we've seen here tonight.
Well, that's right. I mean, this is not only one of the best, but also having, you know, the two guys who were in the first quarterfinals last year being in the final tonight. And now we understand that Remy actually won that fight.
Now, as a fighter, guys, Ernesto and Ray, does that play on Butter Hurry's mind? Do you flash back to the quarterfinals last year, or is that erased from his mind? Or is Butter Hurry the sort of guy who will carry bad blood into the final against Remy?
For sure, it's going to play on his mind, and he will look for some revenge. That's for sure. And he showed today that he has matured, especially compared to last year. With his fight against Remy, I think now he's a lot better composed. The only questionable thing is his chin.
Ray, if you're in the corner of Remy Benjaski, what are you telling him backstage right now to do against Badr Hari in the final?
Well, I think if I was in Remy's corner, I think I would get him to be the pressure fighter that he is and just be on Remy the whole time. He has great defense. I doubt if it's going to play on Badr's mind in the sense that, because personally I thought Badr won their first match. And of course, you know, as we see the judges, they see it differently than what we see. But, you know, at the end of the day, I think Badr is the more complete fighter.
Okay, it is the final, and I've just got word in the official tallies of the time it has taken Badr and Remy so far. They won't be eclipsing Peter Ertz's 1998 record of 6 minutes and 43 seconds that it took Peter to win the K-1 Grand Prix 10 years ago. Badr Hari has spent 12 minutes and 54 seconds in centering so far here tonight. Remy Benjaski has spent 12 minutes and 15 seconds in centering. They have both been devastating. It is Badr Hari in the final against Remy Benjaski. Coming up shortly, the big one. Mike Kogan, your thoughts on this one? We are not fighters. We've heard the fighters' analysis. Your thoughts?
Well, you know what? I do agree with their analysis. I mean, of course, they know what they're talking about. So, you know, who am I to disagree?
But thank you very much.
You know, in this particular case, I think they're absolutely right. I mean, Badr Hari is a more complete fighter. Badr Hari also seems to be just unstoppable. I mean, I think, you know, getting knocked down, coming back and knocking out your opponent, it's got to be an enormous high. And confidence builder going into the final round. And Remy is not going to fly on a 6'6" guy. That's me. Badr Hari is not. He's not going to be shorter than Remy.
Well, Remy will try to fly on anyone.
He'll fly.
So I'm
sure he'll try, but I'm saying how successful he will be.
He's a flying type of guy, right?
You know.
something like that.
Remy will try and go Air Jordan, that's for sure. Ernesto, tonight's World Grand Prix and the way the Grand Prix series has panned out this year, all the qualification tournaments around the world, the final out here tonight, really was billed as old generation meets new generation.
Yeah.
Do you think we have definitely seen the new generation come to the fore, flying the flag here tonight, and will propel us into 2009, despite what may happen if Badr happens to win the final against Remy and become a new generation champion? Do you think we have really seen the arrival of the new generation here in K1 tonight?
Well, it's very clear we did. I mean, if you look at Arrow, if you look at Teixeira, if you look at Badr, of course, who's still new generation. If you look at Gokansaki, and I mean, Remy, if he's old or new, I think Remy's just on the boundary of the old and new generation. And if you look at Badr fights Remy now, that you must admit, and especially the way he beat Peter, you must admit that the new generation is taking over right now.
Ray, I want to go back just momentarily just to discuss your fight a little bit more against Hongman Choi. We saw you tonight in a condition that we haven't seen you in a long, long time. You lost a lot of weight, training with Randy Couture at Extreme Couture in Las Vegas, new personal trainer, the whole works. You were fresh, you were pumped, you had the confidence, and you pulled it off here tonight.
And you ate something. You ate something. I don't know what.
No, absolutely. I mean, again, like I said, I wanted to thank Randy and Kim Couture and the Extreme Couture team, because you know, they actually helped a lot. And Jake Bonacci, who was my strength and conditioning coach, helped with getting me back in shape.
I've got to ask you also, Ray, I remember when you fought Badr Hari earlier this year, and you said one of the things that really surprised you when you stepped into the ring against Badr was how tall Badr actually was when you squared off against him. Badr's only 6'6", Hongman Choi is 7'2". What was it like fighting a guy 12 inches taller than you?
I couldn't even reach his head. I mean, like, you know, I tried to throw combinations, and I had Jan Nordke in the gym working with him, and he's 6'10". But what I found with Hongman Choi, that every single time I went to him, he was leaning, which made him even longer.
Does he have a lot of power, Hongman Choi, from what you felt?
Well, in the second round, as you guys saw, what I did in the second round was to stay inside and actually feel what he had to give. And, you know, fortunately, my defense, and I didn't feel anything. I wasn't in trouble at any time. But he's so heavy and so awkward that, you know, when I got back to the corner after the second round, the boys were like, don't mess around in there. You know, make sure you move. And so in the third round, I had to stick and move.
Boys weren't the only ones saying it. We were saying it from here. I was like, I know he's not enjoying getting the hit.
Ernesto was doing this the same.
Yeah. Brother, it's great to have you back in the winner's circle. I've got to say,
brother.
Ernesto, on a sadder note, how is Paul Slewinski a very devastating knockout loss to Melvin Manhoff?
Yeah, he was very devastated, of course. And he always, if he loses a fight like that, he feels some kind of ashamed towards me. And I'm like, you know, those things happen. And yeah, we have to he has to take his time now and try to come back next year.
Ernesto, I was saying earlier on the broadcast, Paul did reveal to me, and no one else knew, that he did have a lot of injuries coming into this fight. Do you think that
He did.
plagued his training? I know he had a busted knuckle on his left hand. His left knee was almost busted. He had a damaged rib cage.
Yep.
Did that affect his training leading in here to fight Melbourne tonight?
Yeah, of course it affected it. I mean, we didn't train as hard as we could. And the thing, we had to train especially for Melvin. Like, I wanted him to keep on kicking, and not to be on the attack too much. But since he didn't feel so well, he was like, I'm going to try to force it. And that doesn't work. Most of the time, it doesn't work.
And guys, someone else that I want to talk about just briefly before the intermission concludes, Peter Ertz. Earlier on tonight, we saw him get pounced on by Butter Hari. Butter absolutely manhandled Peter that in a fashion that I didn't think would happen. I know, Ernesto, that Butter told you he was going to come out hard and strong, as Butter usually does, but I really did not think I would see Butter out-aggress Peter that early, Ray.
Well, no, I didn't think so either. But, I mean, he did what he had to do. He definitely had to jump on Peter. As we all know, the longer the fight goes, the stronger Peter gets. And he did what he had to do. He, you know, he flurried in there, put things together. And just going back to Ernesto and Paul, I mean, you know, Paul needs to understand that, you know, this is one of the legends in the game, a living legend, Ernesto Hoost. And he can't try and picture his game onto that, because he's just got to focus on his own game. And I think that's my advice to him, is that, you know, because it's a massive, massive shoe to fill.
And Ray, I've also got to say, the person who has probably impressed us most here tonight of the losers, Everton Teixeira. I mean, what a performance by Everton, almost beating Errol Zimmerman. You've worked with Everton at Team Ichigeki in preparation for this one. How is he feeling out back at the moment? I know you had a chance to talk to him, because it was a phenomenal performance from a guy who had only had 5 K-1 fights, 5 kickboxing fights coming into tonight.
Well, you know, I talked to him at the back. He's in good, you know, frame of mind. And the fact of the matter is, you know, he came out and he wanted to show what he's made of. And he showed that tonight. And obviously there's a lot of potential. Like, you know, I said earlier, I compare him to Francisco Filo, because, you know, when he first came onto the scene, he's a very solid, strong kickboxing fighter. And that's what Everton is.
And Ernesto, Errol Zimmerman, someone who's been very wild in his fights earlier this year and has left himself wide open. He won the K-1 Amsterdam tournament, although he didn't overly impress. Zabit Samedov could have won it, but has Errol earned your respect here tonight for what he's accomplished in centre ring?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I think he did very good. He nearly got Butter. And I mean, he was this close. And Butter, of course, Butter shows that he has...
Butter's butter.
Yeah. I mean, he just did good.
Okay, folks, there we have it. There is only one fight remaining to crown the King of Kings. Butter Hari and Remy Benjaski is coming up soon. Let's have a look at some of the highlights from so far here tonight. It is the moment we have been building up to all year since the K-1 Grand Prix series kicked off here in Yokohama on April 12. Finally, the King of Kings will be determined in a few moments' time when Remy Bonjasky takes on Badr Hari in a blockbuster matchup, a marquee main event. You could not have scripted it in a Hollywood film. Two guys who, with the Vegas bookmakers, were given odds $5.50 for the win tonight, will try and be crowned the King of Kings. Badr Hari, Remy Bonjasky, Morocco versus the Netherlands. Both men live and train in Amsterdam. A huge gym rivalry. One trained by Ivan Hippolyte, the other trained by Mike Passinier. Both men know how to knock out opponents, as you have seen here tonight. Although you've got to wonder, Badr Hari getting knocked down by Errol Zimmerman. Has he fully recovered enough to phase Remy Bonjasky, who has pretty much been untouched in his two fights so far? It was Jerome Labanna's arm that was rebroken by Remy Bonjasky in quarterfinal number 4, and then Remy moved through to the semi-final against Gokhan Saki and devastatingly knocked out Gokhan Saki with a rib shot that put Saki down. Meanwhile, on side A of the draw, Badr Hari absolutely monstering Peter Ertz from the opening get-go in quarterfinal number 1, and then he went up against the bone crusher Errol Zimmerman. Hari was looking great in the early get-go of round number 1, and then Zimmerman dropped Hari. Hari returned the favour, dropped Zimmerman, and then put an end to the Bone Crusher's bid to become the youngest Grand Prix champion in history. Now we are left with two. The old guard versus the new generation. A former two-time World Grand Prix champion in the Flying Dutchman, Remy Bonjasky, takes on the K-1 World's Heavyweight Champion, Badr Hari. This is the furthest Badr Hari has ever been in an 8-man tournament. He's only fought twice before in 8-man tournaments, at the K-1 Oceania 2 years ago, where he was devastatingly knocked out by Peter Graham in only his second ever K-1 fight. Of course, Badr Hari has come along in leaps and bounds since then. As we said, Remy Bonjasky, an old hand at winning these sorts of tournaments. He knows how to win them. He's worn the crown twice before. And Mike Kogan, as I said in my pre-fight online preview of tonight, when all the moons are aligned for Remy Bonjasky, his personal life, his ring life, and also his confidence, he is a very hard man to beat. We are seeing the alignment of all the moons in Remy's life here tonight come to fruition.
Absolutely. You know, Remy is concentrated. He's ready for. Well, but you know what? That's what makes a champion. It's you know, everybody loses. Everybody has bad times. It's how are you able to come back? Both fighters have come back. Badr Hari and Remy Bonjasky. And here they are in the finals. A very, very interesting matchup. As our expert panel said, you know, Badr Hari probably a more complete fighter than Remy Bonjasky. But Remy is a two-time K-1 World Grand Prix champion. So, you know, you can never count him out.
And if you look at it, Mike, as I said, you couldn't have scripted this one any better. For Badr Hari to meet Remy Bonjasky in the final is the FEG Promotional Juggernauts' dream matchup for the final. Also, for so many millions of fans watching around the world, and a big hello to all of you, especially on HDNet, watching us live in the US for the first time. Our fans on Main Event in Australia, Sky New Zealand, Eurosports throughout Europe and beyond. This really is, Mike, Ray, a dream main event for the King of Kings crown.
No, absolutely. You know, it's like understood who's Peter Ertz in the final, or you know, Jerome or whoever. But absolutely, it's you couldn't script it any better than what it is.
Ray, let's go back 1 year ago, the quarterfinals of the K-1 World Grand Prix 2007. It was Remy Bonjasky who emerged a controversial points winner over Badr Hari. What I thought really did the damage were Remy's leg kicks on Badr for 3 rounds solid. Badr's got to be careful of Remy's legs again here tonight.
Absolutely. I mean, like, again, you know, we know that personally on my scorecard, I thought if anything, it should have gone an extra round. But nevertheless, Remy won that fight. I don't think that's going to bother Badr at all. I think, you know, after his performance tonight, beating someone like Peter Ertz, knocking out his second opponent, Zimmerman, I think it's just going to, it's not only build his confidence, but it's just going to make him even more hungry to win the title.
Also, Ray, over the last 12 months, there's no doubt Badahari has just matured out of sight. Another question is, we do say how sight and how Remy has one of the best defenses in all of K-1. Only 2 men have ever stopped Remy, being Semi Schultz and Mirko Krokop all the way back in 2002. No one has stopped Remy Benjaski. No one has TKO'd or KO'd him since 2005. But do you think Butter can do it? Those vicious hands, you know how hard the hands are of Badahari. Are they hard enough to knock out Remy here tonight? Are they precise enough to get through that defense of Remy, that Virgin's defense that nothing penetrates?
Absolutely. I mean, like, you know, if Butter sticks to his boxing game, watch out for the knee. And what I would do if I was in Butter's corner, I would say, go 1, 2, 3 to the head, fake, you know, just tap the top and go to the body to be able to open up upstairs. And I think if he does that, adding low kicks and what have you, I think he would actually open up Remy.
And Mike, on the flip side of the coin, what is going to be the key for Remy Benjaski for victory over Badahari here tonight?
Well, you know, Badahari's chin obviously is still questionable. You know, Zimmerman did drop him. He was able to come back. But, you know, so there's always a possibility for Remy to drop him. But, of course, he's going to use his low kicks. He's going to soften up those legs. I think one thing that he shouldn't be doing, and Ray brought up a perfect strategy for Badahari. Remy, when he defends, he doesn't move. He just stands in one place. So with Badahari going to the body and he can open him up, he needs to move, you know, as Bada is attacking. Even though he's defending, he needs to move around. He can't stay in one spot and just, you know, block the punches, because Bada he's going to open him up by going to the body.
Guys, anyway, you look at this one, and certainly the crowd, we were sold out 1 week ago here at the Yokohama Arena. The first tickets to go were the $1,000 ringside seats. Ray, they needed to only have sold the edge of the seats here at the Yokohama Arena because everyone has been on the edge of their seats all night. I know Kimbo has had the time of his life. This is the first time for Kimbo in Japan, the first time seeing a K-1 event live, and he has had an absolute ball, as have 20,000 plus here at the Yokohama Arena. I mean, as I said earlier, I have to go back to maybe 2002 to find the last time I was this excited during the K-1 Grand Prix.
You know, I think one thing that needs to be mentioned on the air, because I just said that to Peter Arts in the backstage. These fans, the fans watching the event, these fighters, they all need to thank Peter Arts, because for what Peter Arts did in Korea in stopping Semi Shield. Otherwise, this would have been a one-sided, okay, we all know who's going to win. You know, let's just wrap it up and go home. So Peter Arts, I don't have a hat. But if I did, I would take it off to you.
And how great is it to have them both here? I mean, this is the house that Peter Ertz and Ernesto has built.
No, absolutely. I mean, you know, they are from the beginning of K-1.
And so are you. Stop. Ray's trying to jump in with Badahari generation.
Just for the record, let's say that Ray is currently the third longest K-1 serving fighter behind Jerome and Peter Ertz.
That's right.
And you know what? After, you know, like I said, I can't stop thanking, you know, Randy and the team Extreme Couture, because everybody were there to help and what have you. So for me, it's like I've just come back and haven't winning that fight. Now I'm back for next year.
I was getting ready to ask.
Oh, that one scared us.
Oh, that is ridiculous.
Did you see me? I didn't move at all.
Well, you are the man. I got
the fight around
I was like this. I was covering up. So what's in the bag for you, Ray? Because you know, if there's anything, I mean, the fact that you beat Hongman Choi is maybe not as impressive as the fact that you beat him soundly, you were active and you didn't get tired. Right. So are we charged 09?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, like, the last couple of years, it hasn't been great years, but, you know, we said the same thing about Peter Ertz. And, I mean, apart from tonight, but again, the person he lost to is one of the greatest fighters of the young generation. But, you know, I said never count out the older fighters, because, you know, they have the experience, and that's what I feel like. I feel I've been recharged, and I'm looking forward to come back next year.
And that's awesome. So
stronger.
You found that place. You know, every fighter needs a little time off. Right. Kind of find himself, and you definitely look hot today.
Ladies and gentlemen, the time has come for the bout you've all been waiting for. The Fields K-1 World Grand Prix 2008 Final. And now, ladies and gentlemen in attendance and K-1 fans joining us around the world, live from Yokohama, it's time for the main event of the evening. Introducing to you first, ladies and gentlemen, entering from the blue stage, the K-1 finalist from Holland, Remy Bonjasky.
For the final match from the blue stage, let's hear it for Remy Bonjasky!
What a moment here for Remy Bonjasky. He has been a phoenix rising from the ashes of so many personal crises in his life. He's been waiting a long time for this moment to get back into the championship match in the K-1 Grand Prix, to win back the crown he last held in 2004. What a tough road it has been, fraught with despair over the last 4 years. His divorce, the loss of his mother, his leaving my Juro gym, so many close disappointments in so many fights. But finally the time has come for Remy Bonjasky to once again step into the championship ring. For Remy Bonjasky once again to fight for the most coveted title in the whole world with Ivan Hippolyte, the man who has helped to turn his career around. A very close corner crew who are almost like family for Remy. He steps onto the apron. He goes through the ropes. As I said, the moons are all aligned for Remy Bonjasky here tonight.
And the stars.
And now, entering from the red stage, the K-1 finalist from Morocco, Badr Hari.
Au style 2006, Espo Roots, mauvaise graine dans ta vie. Aide sur la jambe, à la pointe, j'en pousseur. Arrêtez de foutre, script comme des chiens grosseurs. Arrêtez de nous presser sur tes pas de perquisition avec une merde en pleurs. Sinon, pas de choses écrites, on t'y
Welcome back from the red stage for the final match.
Oh, listen to that ovation for the bad boy, the golden boy, Badr Hari. You ask so many people around the world when Badr Hari exploded onto the K-1 scene. Most people tipped he'd be a future K-1 world champion. Ernesto, I know that you've said time and time again that Badr is among the most naturally gifted fighters you have ever seen. Now is his time to shine and claim the big one.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, he can show it all now, and he has a very good opponent for that. Somebody he already have somebody he lost from, and I think he's ready for it.
Badr Hari has a look of focus and determination on his mate.
I would have to say that if the moon is aligned for Remy, the stars is aligned, and the planets is aligned for
No,
Badr Hari.
I'll have to say, if the moons are aligned for Remy, Badr Hari could be the eclipse in centering here tonight.
All right, I have to go with the star because the moon and the stars make up Badr Hari's flag. Isn't he from Morocco?
Nice call,
Some
Mikey.
moon and the stars kind of country. But anyway,
You know what? I'll just watch the
Fighting
fight.
out of the blue corner, standing at 192 centimeters.
well, it's hard to beat Mikey's eulogy of Remy Bojarski on the way in. I mean, if you've never heard of this guy, you already want him to win because the hardships and the growing up poor and all, walking up the hill, both raised in the snow to train and just whatever else.
He koala up there.
Gentlemen, Remy
On a serious note, one piece of statistics, because I'm never well prepared like you are, but if Badr Hari wins this tournament, he will be the first fighter to be a heavyweight champion and a tournament winner at the same time.
That is correct.
He weighed in at 100.2 kilograms. He also made his way to the
Is that
finals
so? I
with
thought
2
Sammy was also
consecutive
about
knockout
super heavyweight.
victories. Ladies
you
and
are now
gentlemen,
heavyweight, yes.
Here is the explosive.
I'm splitting hairs, but, you know, hey, I just felt like
2007
saying that.
World
Yeah.
Heavyweight
Not my
Champion
hairs, 'cause-
from Morocco, introducing the Golden Boy.
I think I'm the only one with hair here.
I'm not splitting my hairs, his hairs.
Badr Hari, 203 pounds, 101 kilos. He would become the second lightest K-1 Grand Prix champion. Andy Holt would be the lightest in history if he was to win here tonight. The final instructions from our centre referee, Nobwaki Kakura. Morocco versus the Netherlands. Bojarski versus Badr Hari. Look at the stare down from Badr Hari. He looks ready for business. Bojarski refusing to engage, refusing to look in the eyes of the Devil Prince as they call Badr Hari here in Japan. We are set 3 by 3 minute rounds to determine the Fields K-1 World Grand Prix 2008 King of Kings. The time for talk is over. Michael Chavello, Mike Kogan, Sugar Ray Sefo, and the all-time greatest Ernesto Hoost with you ringside. Here we go, the final of the K-1 World Grand Prix. Who will draw first blood? Who will go down and throw the aggressive shots, throw the heavy artillery?
The key here for Badr again is his jab. I think that's the key for him here. Because everything he throws after that is nothing but picture perfect.
Both men have a lot of respect for each other. They are well aware of each other's abilities, having fought in the quarterfinals last year when Remy Bojarski emerged as a controversial decision winner over Badr Hari after he tenderized Badr Hari's legs for 3 rounds. Hari sticks that jab.
Beautiful jab.
The best jab you'll find in K1 with the K1 World's Heavyweight Champion.
A few more jabs of that. I'd like to see a jab right uppercut come with it.
Oh, Remy saw the round kick coming. Nice combination work. He is faster than a speeding ticket, is Badr Hari.
And mean intention. I mean, look at his punches and kick. I mean, he's throwing them with the mean intentions. You know, he's not here to score points. He wants a KO.
Absolutely.
And he's flat-footed. I mean, he's trying, you know, it's all power coming in.
Let's not forget in his previous 2 fights here tonight, Bojarski has started slow against Labana. He also started slow against Gokhan Saki and ended up picking up the pace in the 2nd round and ending both fights devastatingly.
What I think he does very good, Remy, is he keeps on coming forward, keeps on putting the pressure on Badr.
Right.
No matter Badr is scoring or not, but Remy is keep on coming forward. Now they're starting.
Nice leg kick from Remy after Badr Hari worked the Muay Thai clinch in the high knee, looking for the jawline. Again, chops across the leg quadricep area.
And that's a good call from Ernesto, which we said earlier that the key for Remy here is pressure.
Oh, he tags him! Jumping round kick! Jumping round kick!
Well, we talked about his jaw, and that was more like a slap, and he went down.
Whatever it was, he's down.
Yeah.
But, you know, that seems to ignite him. I mean, you know, look for Badr to be like, okay, this is not going to happen again.
Badr uses the count, takes a bit of a break. He's back onto his feet. Will we see a repeat of the Zimmerman fight here? Will Badr score a knockdown now? 45 seconds remaining here in the first round of 3.
I think Remy's defense is a little bit more tighter than Zimmerman's.
They both take their time.
Well, Remy's definitely fighting the right fight. He's patient. He's taking his time.
Yeah, look at Remy. I mean, he's a smart guy. You know, he's like, hey, this is a 10-8 round. I'm not doing anything else. You know?
Absolutely.
Jab again from Butter at full extension. Those very long arms of the K-1 World's Heavyweight Champion.
For our U.S. fans, it's equivalent of taking a knee.
If anything that Butter needs to take away from this fight or from Remy is his defense. If Butter actually stepped back and dropped his hands, which Remy caught him with the left hook.
And watch, he just did it. He just went body, head body.
Ooh, late shot after the bell there. And Remy threw his hands up and said, what's going on, son? End of the first round, we go to the towels. Ernesto, 10-8 round there for Remy.
I'll see this 10-8 round, yep. Without any doubt.
Left hand to the jawline, put him on rubber legs, jumping round kick, missed the target. He was going down already from that left hand right.
Absolutely. I mean, Remy wasn't even looking when he threw that left hook.
No.
And it looked more like a slap.
Yeah.
It was a Hail Mary shot, and he caught him with the inside of the gloves, and the prayer paid off.
Well, maybe the problem is that Buddy better got a hard down from Zimmerman, and maybe that's why he got down now also.
Absolutely. But, you know, like we say in the fight game, Ernesto, and you know this just, you know, better than anybody else also, is that lucky shots count in our game. Yeah. Believe it or not.
For sure.
We are ready to rock and roll. Second round of 3. All 3 judges officially giving the first round 10-8 to Remy Bunjaski as we thought. Second round.
Butter really needs to work now in the next 2 rounds to be able to, you know, get a extra round decision. Because right now, you know, he is 2 points down.
Yeah. And I think he will. I mean, like, you know, as Ernesto said, after knockdowns, you know, he's a good comeback guy. He puts that pressure on him, you know, to perform.
Jab 2 from Butter forces Remy back against the ropes. Remy cracked to the outside 5. Butter with the knee, and they are juking it out from the get-go here in the second. Here comes Hurry. Uppercut from the bad boy. Remy Bunjaski forced to backtrack. They spill to the canvas. Oh, Butter, hurry! What's going on? What's going on?
It's an MMA fight.
Ivan Hippolyte having to be restrained ringside here. Butter, hurry, losing the plot right.
Oh, come on, Remy. Remy needs to, I mean, that didn't land, I don't think.
Surely Remy's not going to milk this, though.
Huh?
Is he going to milk this, Remy?
Absolutely.
It didn't look to be that hard to me. I mean, bad tactics, and Butter Hurry needs to be severely cautioned here.
Absolutely. If anything, they need to take a point off Butter. But Remy is actually, you know, and I couldn't really see, but I don't think Remy really got hit.
I think we need a replay because Remy seems like he doesn't want to get up.
Here comes the replay right here.
Talk us through it, Ray.
Well, as we can see, obviously Butter's on there, throwing an uppercut, right hand, and he ends up catching that and takes him down.
With a leg pull.
And right here, none of those shots really land.
No, he just stepped on his
stomp.
face.
I can't believe
he just foot stomped. It wasn't the shot, it was a foot stomp, went right on his face.
Head.
On his face.
Ernesto, you live in Holland. You know Butter Hurry better than any of us. What the hell was going through his mind doing a foot stomp in the final of a fallen opponent?
I don't know. I think the fact that he knows he's behind on points, he going back to some kind of street mentality.
Do you think he's trying to maybe deliberately get himself disqualified?
No, I cannot believe that. I cannot believe that.
Here's the sad thing about this. It is no sportsmanship in that. And then number 2, it's just not good for the sport to see things like this.
Okay. Remy is in the corner in front of our commentary position with the ringside positions. Butter Hurry is standing in the opposite corner. Now, Butter is actually smack talking.
Yeah, he's saying stop being a sissy and get up.
Butter's going over to Remy, and Kakura's having to restrain him here. Ernesto, I have never seen something like that happen. At this level in the K-1 Grand Prix final.
Especially not in the final.
I mean, Butter is a bad boy, but I never expected that from Butter.
Well, you know what, sportsmanship aside, I'd have to go with Ray. I don't think Remy is as hurt as he's pretending to be.
Yeah, but that doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. He shouldn't have done that.
No, I totally agree. You know, it doesn't excuse what Butter did. You know what I mean? But we've seen Remy, you know, milk something before. And again, I can't, you know, say 100% that he's milking it now. Nevertheless, Butter shouldn't have done what he did.
Of course. I mean, he took him down like Randy Couture style, you know, with a leg pull. And
Well, I mean, I think for a second there, I thought he thought it was MMA.
Maybe he thought he fought MMA. I mean,
maybe.
It is a dynamite yet.
Maybe he want to start a new career.
I'm wondering if it's the Kimbo Slice.
The Kimbo effect.
You know what I mean? Him being in your prison.
Well, Badahari is ready to go here.
Maybe Badahari.
Now, I've just been informed, guys, that Remy will get a 5-minute interval if he needs it to recover. Let's have a look again. Ernesto, you take us through what you see here.
I think Bader is full of it now, and I really don't know what he's doing now. Why?
The foot stomp astounds me.
Well, the foot stomp was...
Astounds me.
Honestly, there's nothing there, though.
No, there's nothing there, but still, you know,
Very
he shouldn't have done that.
Exactly.
I mean, that is very disrespectful.
No, absolutely. No, I totally agree.
Completely unprofessional, uncalled for. But Remy's milking it.
Oh, Remy is milking it for sure.
Come on, he barely pushed him. Doesn't mean he has to do it. You know, he got a yellow card. It's 10% off his fight purse.
I thought Al Pacino was a great actor. But, I mean...
Remy is good.
He played the movie. So.
Oh, well, yeah.
Remy is good.
So the doctor's just doing a vision test here on Remy.
I mean, just on, on the other angle of this, Mike, is that you have more to add to your story.
Well, I'll tell you what. See, Phoenix rising from the ashes again. Cue the Bunjeski music, people.
Exactly. Next year, you can add, foot stomps and leg trip takedowns during World Grand Prix finals to your
horizon
list of
Phoenix.
eulogy or whatever you're going to read for Remy.
Well, obviously, there's 3 doctors in the ring now trying to sort out and taking Remy out.
But you know what? All jokes aside, of course, Ernesto is absolutely right. This is a professional worldwide sport.
Absolutely.
It's being broadcast in 140 countries. Yeah. This is the finals. These is the best athletes and the best fighters of all year.
Right.
You cannot do leg takedowns and attempted foot stomps is ridiculous.
Well, yeah, you're absolutely right.
We thought we ended that stuff with the Bob Sepp antics.
Right.
A long time ago.
Like Ernesto said earlier, it's wrong in every way possible. I mean, like, it's disrespectful. It should have never happened. Whereas they're both professional fighters. They're in the Grand Prix final. I mean, absolutely, jokes aside, the fact is...
what kind of message this sends to the kids? That's what I want to know.
Well, let's just hopefully the kids understand that, momentarily, fighters like Butter, occasionally will lose their mind in there and lose focus of what's happening. And again, going back to what, the first round when he got hurt, I think his emotions took over and lost momentarily, but I'm sure it ain't going to happen again.
Just getting word here, guys. I think what the major concern for Remy is the foot stomp may have actually caught him in the eye. His right eye seems to be troubling him at the moment. Now, you can see him squinting. It's the same eye that he took a thumb to when he fought Glauber Feitosa some time ago.
So I retract my comments that he's milking it. I mean, if he got caught with a toe in the eye.
That is just what I'm hearing. I'd like to see the replay again if we can catch.
He seems to be.
But he's blinking very heavily on that right eye.
Blinking heavily.
Also, the other question is, if Remy doesn't happen to continue this fight here, what happens here?
Let's have a look here.
He loses. That's an intentional foul. I mean, he foot stomped him.
Here comes
the foot stomp. It looked to be above the eye to me.
Yeah, it looked like it was
to be above the eye.
No. If Remy cannot continue, Badahari will lose this, or should lose this fight because that's an intentional foul. I mean, the takedown part. The takedown, okay.
He will lose for sure if they stop the fight and they quit. They count the points. They go to the scorecards. Then Remy wins.
That's correct. That is correct.
And you know what? Maybe that's what they should do if he cannot continue. Because the truth of the matter is, I mean, I can see the takedown thing, a little adrenaline, but afterwards to punch and then come back with a leg stomp, that's intense.
Okay, can I just say, interestingly, the 3 ringside physicians hopped out of the ring. They were in front of our commentary position. Now they have all gotten back in the ring and are once again.
Now even the
coaches and the managers for Badahari and Remy are having their own little battle on the side.
But here's the saddest thing about this, is that if it finishes here, we don't have the excitement of what the Grand Prix final is all about.
That was
now Ivan Hippolyte is getting in Badahari. Badahari is getting in Ivan Hippolyte's face there. Ivan Hippolyte is the Dutch Muay Thai pioneer and legend who was the trainer of Remy Bunjeski. So it's all getting very ugly here ringside.
And they all speak Dutch, so they can all talk shit to each other.
Honestly, to cool this whole situation down, I think the judges need to go, okay, enough is enough. Butter is actually walking over to this corner. and I think they need to disqualify him.
At this point, yeah.
At this
probably.
point.
At this
Because
point, yeah.
before it
Kakura-
gets out of hand.
Kakura has moved across and is speaking to ringside officials. We'll try and get word of what he is saying here. One of the ringside physicians has left the ring. The other two are remaining in there with Remy. Doesn't seem to be blinking as heavily on that right eye now is Remy Bonjaski. The FEG CEO, Mr. Tanagawa, is also hovering around Remy's neutral corner here. I'll get a translation.
バダハリ選手が倒れた相手、倒れたレミー選手に攻撃を加える。なおかつレフェリーが間に入ってストップをかけたにもかかわらず、
Badahari attacked his opponent while on the ground. Even though the referee tried to stop, he still continued to try and attack Remy while Remy was down. And Remy is currently seeing double as a result.
K-1 のスポーツマンシップにのっとってバダハリ選手の取った行動は許されるものではありません。
Badahari has gone against everything that K-1 sportsmanship stands for and has been disqualified. Remy Bonjaski is the K-1 Grand Prix champion for the third time. The most controversial outcome we have ever seen. The first time ever a fighter has been disqualified in the final.
It's sad because, you know, everybody was looking forward to this final. And unfortunately, you know, Butter had to not only ruin it for himself, but everybody else that actually watching the actual show tonight. It's a real sad situation and sad to see that the actual Grand Prix final end like this.
Wow, controversy abounds here at the K-1 Grand Prix. I don't know if Remy is overwhelmed by becoming the champion again or if he's upset at the way that he won the championship here.
Honestly, I like to be in his mind right now, but
Ray, that said, let's not take anything away from Remy. If you had to evaluate the fight and what had happened so far, Remy had the knockdown on Butter.
Oh, absolutely.
Remy was beating Badahari.
At the end, he deserves to win, absolutely, without a doubt. He deserves to win because of the scorecard, if it went to the scorecard. But also he deserves to win because Butter actually just lost his mind and there's no sportsmanship there whatsoever. And, you know, there was nothing else the judges could do but disqualify him.
You know, I think hindsight, what really disqualified him is the post-incident antics. If he would have just stayed in that corner and shut up and said, you know,
absolutely.
I think there were at some point.
But you know what, Mike? If he even would have just paid an apology.
Right.
An apology to Kakura, an apology to Remy, and bided his time.
Well, not only to Kakura but to the whole crowd.
Exactly. To the world at large that's watching.
Right, which he can do in his post-fight press conference, but at the time he should have just stayed there quiet in a corner and let them, you know, let him figure out what's going to happen. But, you know, he's walking around and talking trash to Remy, his corner. You know, that's just too much.
I am absolutely astounded, folks. As I said, my 6th K-1 Grand Prix I've commentated live. Ernesto, you've been there from the start, Ray. You've almost been there that long. We have never seen anything like this, especially in the biggest matchup of your life. And you throw it away with sheer stupidity.
Frustration.
It really is crazy. And it really is really sad. Not only for the audience, but for Butter because he's such a great talent. And it's sad to see that side of him. And to see the actual fight end like that. And as we can see, it's still going on.
Well, it's still going on in center ring here. Badahari is trying to have words over the very loud music here at Remy. They really need to get Badahari and his crew out of the ring.
Absolutely,
and let Remy enjoy his moment as the K-1 Grand Prix champion for a third time. Melvin Manoff there having words with Badahari. Remy shaking his head. And look at Butter, he refuses to budge. Still staring down Remy. I would love to get inside the mind of Badahari right now and just wonder what the hell he is thinking.
Well, I mean, you know, it's childish, it's amateurish, it's silly. In every way possible, like Ernesto said, it's wrong. And it's sad, again, I can't stop saying that. It's very sad for the actual Grand Prix tournament to end the way it did.
And let's just say, folks, And I think we'll all agree with the decision that Kakuta made in the end to disqualify Butter. K-1 is about the elite of the elite.
Absolutely.
It's about samurai spirit. It's about sportsmanship.
Absolutely.
And those are two things that Butter Hurry did not display amongst many others here tonight. And quite rightfully, he has been disqualified.
I totally agree. And again, you know, it's sad also, and Remy's obviously quite sad also and upset that it had to end that way as well. But nevertheless, Remy is our current champion right now.
They have finally ushered Butter Hurry backstage here.
So let's focus on the positives right now, which is Remy, and he's the current champion. And I'm sure that we'll see him come back stronger, and I hope that his eye is okay. And hopefully that the next match will be
Absolutely. You know what? I agree. I think the more we talk about what Butter Hurry did takes away from what Remy just did, and that is win his third K-1 World Grand Prix title.
As I said earlier, guys, if you were to judge the fight up until that point, Remy had the knockdown, Remy was beating Butter.
Remy was beating Butter, and so you can't take anything away of the decision of the referee, and so you can't take anything away of Remy's victory. He just won the fight.
Absolutely.
And, it was clear that he was ahead on point after a round and a half, and yeah, it was just stupid what Butter did.
Exactly.
Remy Benjaski will be officially crowned in just a few moments' time as the three-time K-1 World Grand Prix champion. The belt he last held in 2004. 4 years later, Remy Benjaski is once again the holder of the most coveted fight belt on the entire planet. It happened in controversial fashion, but as we said, take nothing away from Benjaski. A thrilling knockdown on Butter Hurry, and up until the point of disqualification, Benjaski was effectively beating the K-1 World Heavyweight Champion Butter Hurry. Mr. Tanagawa about to present Remy Benjaski with the crown. He now joins Peter Ertz as the three-time champion and also Semi Schilt as a three-time K-1 champion. And there's only one man who has won it 4 times, and a record that I say is going to stand for a long, long time, Mr. Perfect Ernesto Hust.
Yes, and that legend is sitting right next to me.
I hope.
It is all official. Remy Benjaski takes the winner's check, which is around $500,000 these days. But more importantly than that, he finally gets the K-1 World Grand Prix strap to once again place on his mantle in Amsterdam. It is a moment he's been waiting a long time for, and as I said, he's had to overcome a lot of personal hardships to make it. But finally, after reshaping his career, after rebuilding his life, Remy Benjaski wears the coveted K-1 World Grand Prix strap for a 3rd time. It is yet another Dutch champion. We've only had 3 non-Dutch champions in K-1 history: Branko Sikatic, Andy Hug, and Mark Hunt. And Remy Benjaski will fly the champion's flag proudly in 2009. An eloquent champion, a gentleman, a role model, a clean-cut fighter is Benjaski, and he is just the sort of champion that K-1 is looking for. What a moment here for Benjaski. Perhaps a little hollow feeling that he would have wanted to finish Butter under better circumstances, under different circumstances. But once again, take nothing away from Remy. He defeated another legend in Jerome Labana in his quarterfinal. He knocked out Gokhan Saki in the semi-final.
I think there's like a Butter Hurry entourage.
Yeah, there's
war going around the ring.
Troubles here at ringside, that's for sure.
The officials need to get a hold of these guys because
The trophy is given.
It's, the officials are half the size of these guys, so that might be a little difficult.
Let's get Kimbo over here, Mike.
Where's Kimbo?
Clean up the house. Amazingly, 20,000 fans here at Yokohama haven't even begun to leave the arena. $400,000 US is the winner's check for Remy Bunjaski as Mr. Tanagawa is about to present the big paycheck. Remy Bunjaski, once again, is the King of Kings. A victory over Jerome Labana by TKO, a victory over Gokhan Saki by knockout, a win by disqualification over Bada Hari after knocking down Bada Hari earlier on in the fight. Amazing scenes here in Yokohama. $15,000 check for the third place position will go the way of Errol Zimmerman and also to Gokhan Saki.
I think the two most impressive fighters tonight, I mean, outside of all the talent, is Zimmerman and Gokhan Saki, because they showed a lot of, different things tonight. And not only were very impressive in their second fight, even though they lost, they still were very impressive.
And also Everton Teixeira.
I was just going to say,
absolutely.
If you had to pick a K-1 fighter most impressive and improved throughout the year, we have to be able to take care. The guy starts out as a Kyokushin karate guy. His first K-1 fight to his last appearance, leaps and bounds.
Well, all of our fighters in centering the Golden Glory connection. Errol Zimmerman, Gokhan Saki, the K-1 champion Remy Bunjaski with a microphone. We'll hear from him in just a moment.
Thank you everybody for coming to the K-1 World Grand Prix. I said yesterday in the press conference that we want to see a lot of knockouts today, and Bada did a good job in the first two fights, and everybody did a good job. All the fighters did a good job. But I'm happy to win now, but honestly, this is not the way that I wanted to win. I was in front of the points. I wanted to, sportive-wise, I wanted to win something, but not this way. I wanted to win normally, and that is what K-1 is all about. Thank you, everybody, for coming. I love you, Japan. Thank you.
I must say, Remy spoke very well, and that was very good.
As I said, a very eloquent champion, a very humble champion.
Don't cry, Mikey. Mikey, don't cry now.
I always get emotional at these events, Mikey.
Don't cry now.
But what a champion. He will fly the flag proudly in 2009 as the #1 gun in the K1, will Remy Bunjaski. Guys, I got to say, it has been an absolute pleasure to be with you all here tonight. Ernesto Hoost, once again, as always, the greatest of all time. It is great to be verbally sparring with you. We'll do it again many times in 2009.
I would like to.
Brother Ray, welcome back to the winner's circle.
Brother, thank you.
Here in Yokohama, it's great to be with you, ringside. We'll see you a lot more in 2009 as well.
Thank you, sir.
Mikey Kogan, fantastic job. And folks, wherever you've been watching around the world, to all of our fans across the USA for the first time ever, live on HDNet, the main event in Australia, Sky TV in New Zealand, Eurosports across Europe, and wherever else you're watching all around the world, the greatest, the biggest, and the best fight spectacle on the planet, the Fields K-1 World Grand Prix. From myself, the voice, Michael Chabello, on behalf of Mike Kogan, Sugar Ray Seppo, and Mr. Perfect Ernesto Hoost. Also thank you to Kimbo Slice for joining us earlier on, and our congratulations, the 2008 King of Kings, the K1 champion, Remy Bunjaski.